Listening to Jesus when he warns of Satanism is of paramount importance for Christians and non-Christians alike. The Bible is replete with warnings about the dangers of Satan and his nefarious activities, and Jesus, being the Son of God, has given us clear guidance on how to avoid the snares of the devil. Satanism, in its various forms, is a pervasive and insidious force that seeks to lead people away from God and towards destruction. Jesus' warnings about Satanism are not limited to a few isolated instances, but are rather recurring themes throughout the New Testament. In the book of Matthew, Jesus warns his disciples about the dangers of Satan, saying, "Behold, I send you out as sheep in the midst of wolves, so be wise as serpents and innocent as doves." Matthew 10:16. This warning is not just relevant to the disciples, but to all believers who seek to follow Jesus. It highlights the need for vigilance and discernment in a world where Satan is actively seeking to deceive and destroy. Furthermore, Jesus' warnings about Satanism are often accompanied by warnings about false prophets and teachers who seek to lead people astray. In the book of Matthew, Jesus says, "Beware of false prophets who come to you in sheep's clothing but inwardly are ravenous wolves." Matthew 7:15. This warning is particularly relevant in today's world, where there are many false teachers and prophets who claim to speak on behalf of God but are actually serving Satan. By listening to Jesus' warnings, we can avoid being deceived by these false prophets and stay true to the teachings of Scripture. In addition to warning us about the dangers of Satan and false prophets, Jesus also provides us with guidance on how to overcome them. In the book of Ephesians, Paul writes, "Put on the whole armor of God, that you may be able to stand against the schemes of the devil." Ephesians 6:11. This verse highlights the importance of spiritual armor in the battle against Satan. By putting on the armor of God, which includes the belt of truth, the breastplate of righteousness, and the helmet of salvation, we can stand firm against the attacks of the devil and emerge victorious. Moreover, listening to Jesus' warnings about Satanism is essential for our spiritual growth and development. When we heed Jesus' warnings, we are able to avoid the pitfalls of Satan and stay on the path of righteousness. This, in turn, enables us to grow in our faith and become more like Christ. As the book of James says, "Submit yourselves therefore to God, resist the devil, and he will flee from you." James 4:7. By submitting to God and resisting the devil, we can experience victory over Satan and live a life that is pleasing to God. It is also worth noting that Jesus' warnings about Satanism are not just relevant to individual believers, but also to the church as a whole. The Bible warns about the dangers of Satan's influence in the church, where he seeks to sow discord and division. In the book of Revelation, Jesus says, "Be watchful, and strengthen the things which remain, that are ready to die, for I have not found thy works perfect before God." Revelation 3:2. This warning highlights the need for the church to be vigilant and watchful, lest we fall prey to Satan's schemes and lose our effectiveness as witnesses for Christ. In conclusion, listening to Jesus when he warns of Satanism is crucial for our spiritual well-being and growth. By heeding Jesus' warnings, we can avoid the dangers of Satan and stay on the path of righteousness. We can also experience victory over Satan and live a life that is pleasing to God. As we navigate the challenges of living in a world where Satan is actively seeking to deceive and destroy, let us remember Jesus' warnings about Satanism and stay true to the teachings of Scripture. By doing so, we can emerge victorious and fulfill our calling as children of God.